Hey there, mamas! You are listening to Release Your Inner Power podcast, where we talk about having both me time and being the best mom, sharing stories, encouragement, and tips for taking the steps to release that inner power and that mom guilt. I'm your host, Shauna B. Here we go. One quick thing before we get started. I will be doing a drawing for a fun gift each month. Here are 3 ways to enter. You can email me to share your juicy takeaways, topic ideas you want to hear, or share a story. Share this podcast on social media and tag me with what episode you listened to and what you learned or loved about it. And if you leave a review, you will get 2 entries into the drawing. I will announce the winner the last week of each month. Okay, let's get started. Give it a second. Hello. Sorry, you're going to be all kinds of jiggly. I'm in the car right now. I am going to be picking up my daughter from cheer camp. And so because Tuesday is live training day, I want to pop on here before I come and pick her up and give you guys a juicy tidbit for the day for live training. So hello. Good morning-ish, afternoon, whichever. Today I want to talk about happiness. I am finding that we are happiness finders. Yeah? Like we spend our whole lives finding what job is going to make us most happy, what activities or hobbies are going to make us most happy, what are we going to do, what memories are we going to make that are going to make us most happy. We're like happiness seekers, happiness finders, right? And then yet we get stuck or get in our own heads or overthink it or talk ourselves out of what we really want or, just get in a mode of not feeling it, not doing it, and just really getting stuck, right? The part of the adventure is doing the things that makes you happy, finding out what that is, finding out what's inside of you that's going to light you up, and then going and doing it, right? And there's going to be, like, if you're doing an adventure, there's going to be some dips in the way. There's going to be some things that come up that are going to try to keep you from completing that adventure. And if that's what you want, go get it. So in today's training, I'm going to share a story with you about that adventure thing. But in today's little tidbit training, I'm going to give you 3 things to stop doing and 3 things to do. But at first, I want to share a story with you. So I was speaking of adventure and things that are going to stop doing, I'm going to give you a story analogy here. So my friend asked me to go on this awesome adventure trip that was in a different state, that we would hike the Narrows and then we drive a few hours and then we'd go kayaking in this river and go on these hot springs and do all, I think it was like 7 miles of kayaking, but then hike hot springs and, share it with friends. And I was like, yes, totally my jam. I am down. As it gets closer, she's like, so we have to, wear waders because there's like this algae that could be like really toxic to us. So we have to wear these waders when we hike the Narrows. And at first I was like, what? Great. But I was like, is that going to stop me? No, because I want to do this awesome adventure. Put my waders on and I hike the Narrows. Well, then we go to the hot springs and she's like, yeah, so there's this like brain eating amoeba that can like get inside of your brain and it's not curable and it's in the hot springs. So just don't submerge your water in it or submerge your head in there and you'll be fine. Excuse me, what? Like I actually said to her, you're really selling a girl on some hikes here. Like 2 things that came up. I could have given into my fear of what that might do or the chances of it happening. I could have stopped myself from going. I could have changed my mind. I could have made an excuse and said, I'm not really feeling it because all this stuff is going on up here, right? To talk myself out of it. When I know that one of the things that lights me up is me doing these adventures, is me going to these places to totally explore less people-y options that nobody else can see, that is like literally breathtaking, and just be in it. So Did I let the algae stop me? No, I put some waders on and I went in the algae water, right? Mind you, it was freezing and snowing at the time I went up there, and it still didn't stop me. So not only the algae, the weather changed, and I still went. And then I went to the kayaking thing, knowing about this amoeba. Great, not going to put my head underneath. And the weather changed there too. It was nice and sunny, but the weather changed. And when we kayaked out of there, I was against some serious winds. And it was hard. And I kept pushing. And I kept going, and we made it out of there. And was I exhausted at the end? Yes. But was it a super transformational trip on so many different levels for me, with all of the obstacles and things that came up, and I still worked through it? Not only but yes, but hell yes. It was one of the best trips of my life, actually. Proving to myself what I can do. It's the same. It's the same thing. Happiness is like the trip, right? It doesn't have to be a trip. It could be anything. There's going to be things that come up. There's going to be things that come up in your life where you're going to get into your head and you're going to try to talk yourself out of it, or something else is trying to talk you out of it to keep you safe. Was I safe? Yes. Did anything happen? No. Just me proving myself of what I'm capable, how freaking strong I am, and how capable I am to do it, and how awesome it was, and all the memories that were made. And I made new friends in the process. It's so the same. Plug in what you love here, plug in your obstacles there. It's the same. You are totally capable of it, right? So I feel like a lot of times getting stuck, right, is like the big thing. It's like the hurdle. You can climb over that hurdle, or you can figure out a way, like, for example, the algae in the water. You can put your waders on and you can still do the thing. You know, knowing your information and having a different an outcome of doing it, but having a different route, having a different way of doing it, right? That's where it's going to get you to your happiness. As you're the seeker of to find the happiness, right? So I want to share with you 3 things that you are going to stop doing to help you find the happiness. We're going to stop. We're going to hit the pause button on this. You know, it wasn't sunny just a minute ago, but now it's sunny and it's getting really hot in this car. So anyways, just wanted to tell you guys that. 3 things to stop doing. The first one, stop doing things that hurt you. For example, don't do the thing that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is like not even like, it's not your jam. It's just not your jam. Don't do it. Or don't continue the relationship that keeps hurting you, or don't continue arguing about the same argument. You know, like, stop doing it, or stop doing the thing that hurts your body, or stop doing, you know, the thing, like, I don't know, where you eat the thing that oh, I shouldn't eat this because it tears up my stomach, but you keep eating it. Stop eating it. Things like that. Stop doing the things that hurt you, right? Now, second thing, number 2, stop comparing yourself to others. Man, this one right here, this one right here, this one, it is sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Stop comparing yourself to others. Nobody has the same life as you. Nobody has the same experiences as you. Nobody has walked in your shoes, walked your path. Everyone has their own uniqueness to themselves, and they have their own book that they are writing, and they're in their own chapter. You cannot possibly compare yourself to someone else and have it be a realistic comparison, right? But we do it. We do it. And it's almost habitual, like subconsciously, which is sneaky scary, right? No. Like, if you find yourself comparing yourself, okay, let me back up a little bit. Let's say you have a sibling and you were even raised in the same home with the same things. You know, you still don't have the same friends. You still don't have the same experiences. It is crazy. You are totally, even if you were the same household or same, you know, family members, all the stuff, there's still different tweaks. It's still different. You can't compare yourself to somebody that could be like, I don't know. Let's see. Like, for example, if I compared myself to somebody that had been doing something like 10 years longer than me, well, yeah, they're 10 years ahead. Now, if I was doing the same task or thing 10 years just like them and then comparing myself, still, right? You're your own unique you. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop doing that. That is bad, toxic, no, juju, right? No doing that. Third, stop expectations. Now, what I mean by that is unreasonable expectations, right? Like people are going to have expectations for themselves to complete the task, to do the to-dos, to run the schedule, you know, if you have kiddos or if you have all the things, a job, kiddos, I mean, it is summer, right? We are to-doing all over the place. We are having plans. We're going to see people. We're being outside, especially now that it's nice, at least in this area. There's things that are happening. So, you know, you have all these expectations, but don't make them unreasonable for yourself. And if they're not perfect, it's okay. It is okay. Roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. You don't have to have it just, you know, just perfect. Give yourself a little room. Give yourself a little room. As long as you're moving in the direction of the expectation, right? You're doing something. You're doing something. You're not stopping. You're not giving up. You're not, you know, oh, it's over. This whole thing isn't working. So I'm just done. I'm out, you know. Take a break. Take a break. You know, if you have to reroute around the pothole, if you will, then you can do that too. But no perfection here. You can have expectations, but not unreasonable ones. Don't put yourself through the ringer of trying to do the thing or get to the thing because of your expectations. Be nicer to yourself, okay? So now next, I'm going to give you 3 things that I want you to start doing, or you can do, okay? First one, be open for change to happen. Be open for things to shift or change, or, you know, you are thinking about, you're thinking about a goal or a task and you have a way that you think you're going to get there. And then some other things might happen to shift around what you think is going to happen. And you still, like the story, right? You still put your waders on and you still go hiking and you still go into the hot springs, even though there's this thing there, because you know what you need to do ahead of time, right? There's going to be potholes, or there's going to be the algae, or there's going to be the amoeba that's going to come up in your life, but you can still do the thing and have fun, right? Right? Be open for the change to happen. Okay? Go back to what you value. Go back to when things get really hard and something comes up and you're struggling a little bit and you get stuck. Go back to what you value. What is important to you? Is it important to you to make the memory? Is it important for you to have this adventure? Is it important for you to reach out to this person? Is it important for you to have your me time or your self-care? Is it important for you to, you know, be alone and just have a minute of quiet? I mean, you know, like, what is that? What are your values? What are super important to you? Go back to that if you get stuck. And then baby steps. Baby steps. We don't need to be leaping across caverns over here. Just baby steps. Okay? And the third thing is listen to yourself. Listen to your soul self. Listen to your heart. Your self knows what fills you up, what makes you happy, what gets you excited about things, what you really want to work towards. You know, when you get an idea and you're like, oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. That's it. That is it. What's going to light you up? What's going to fill your cup? You know. No one else knows that. You are the highest authority in your decisions, in your change, in your direction, in your future, in your story, in your chapter. All of it. All of it is you. You have the power to do all of the things, my friend. All of the things. I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, learned something new, or got a juicy takeaway that will bring in that heck yeah back into your life. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to subscribe. If you love the show, want to share a story, comment below.
If you know someone that would love or need this episode, be sure to share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. Tag me and find me on social media at Ignited Decisions on Instagram and Shauna with Ignited Decisions on Facebook. I would love to know what episode you listened to and how it helped you, as well as connect on social. Okay, mamas, claim your time and release your inner power.